define creativity as always trying to find a way to get to the solution.
It's a breath of fresh air.
Finding solutions that aren't always the easiest path.
You have to kind of think differently.
Not being afraid to try new things.
Taking a leap of faith.
You know, if you want to do great things, you can't be afraid to do things and learn from them.
For me, the creativity was being willing to just set aside where we are today and imagine what we wanted the final outcome to be.
How do you address the challenge of the growing trends of healthcare?
Kirkland was similar to every other jurisdiction or private sector organization that healthcare costs were rising, claims were rising. The Affordable Health Care Act was creating the Cadillac tax looming in 2018, and our council was very concerned about that, as was I. So we needed to solve the problem. We needed to stop the growth of healthcare costs.
How do you design systems or design healthcare in this environment that actually promotes the health of employees?
You have to make a commitment to healthy employees, and then your healthcare costs go down. And so it was an initial upfront cost, and we did have to work hard with our council to make sure everyone understood that. But we were able to show concrete examples from other jurisdictions where it actually paid off.
Find out what works, find out what's innovative and creative, but focus on the interdependencies of those things, not just those things in isolation.
For us, it was a very evidence-based decision. Everything we've done in Kirkland has been done somewhere else successfully, and that's the basis of all the elements. I think what was unique about us is we tried to put them all together. In the end, healthcare costs are all about claims, and so the best way you avoid claims is healthy employees. Why we put all the pieces together is because we'd start with an idea, like a high deductible healthcare plan, and we'd say, okay, that seems to have worked in some places, but why has it failed? And we'd say, okay, at the times it failed because no one knew how to buy healthcare. Okay, what's out there that helps people learn how to buy healthcare?
And what Compass does is they actually act as a referral piece. So if an employee does need to go somewhere outside of the clinic for, let's say, an MRI or something like that, they can call Compass. MRIs range anywhere from $500 to $3,000 for the same procedure. Compass can take their information down. Where do you want to go to get your MRI? What's most important to you? Is it location? Is it cost? And they can give you a menu of options, and the employee has the choice to choose whichever one they want, but they've got all the facts in front of them.
So what we did is we really went through an analysis of each innovation, and then what was the downfall of that innovation or the weakness of that innovation, and we tried to find something else that would shore it up. The high deductible healthcare plan led us to the Compass healthcare concierge service. And then an analysis of where we were spending our money led us to realize, wow, a ton of our money is going to essentially unlimited primary care costs. How can you solve that? Oh, an on-site clinic can solve that. Okay, so have they worked? And so we went out and researched on-site clinics, and we found out, yes, they work. But why have they failed? Well, they fail if no one goes.
With the clinic, we tied the wellness in. So as part of this VIVA, you get a significant amount of money, several $100s, if you go to the clinic, do your health risk assessment, meet with the doctor, spend some time learning about the clinic. We're hopeful that once you do that, you'll embrace the clinic.
If you want to get a certain amount of wellness dollars, you need to go through a physical, and then you need to go to the clinic and talk to them. And I did that, and when I was there, I talked to the young woman who will work with you on a wellness plan.
Be a little part of their journey and get to see the trials that they've gone through and the corrections that they've gone through, and really empower them to make some changes and encourage them and support them.
And so I set that up with her, and I've been going and talking to her. It's great, and it's all free. Well, I mean, it's not free to the city, but it's free to me, and I probably wouldn't have done those things otherwise.
Primary care, preventive care, health coaching, all of those aspects, which, if you're worrying about a rash on your arm and you're thinking, gosh, I don't want to pay $200 to have that looked at, you go to the clinic. It's free care.
We have a really terrific ability to spend the amount of time that the person needs to deal with whatever issues come up. And it's really a lot more time than you would typically get it.
And at Vera Clinic, when you go in, you're usually the only person in the waiting room. You're seeing rather promptly, and the doctor takes a lot of time trying to get to the whole, he finds all the information that he needs in order to treat you the best that he can.
And it feels good. It feels good to be connected to your patient. And it feels good to say, you know what, I'm on this journey with you.
We didn't just introduce a high deductible plan. We introduced that with a very generous HRA VIBA.
Wanted to control costs but offer great health care, and one of the ways to do that is to put money into the VIBA for employees. That's more of a fixed expense from year to year. There's not healthcare inflation on that. And so it's a way to take, first, again, employees can pay for first dollar coverage, or they can choose to pay for some coverage if they needed to and save for retirement. So it's really teaching that consumer-driven awareness.
I think it's going to be the same for a lot of our employees. I think they're going to be able to save quite a bit in their VIBA, for retirement by utilizing the clinic.
So being located where we are and the resources that we offer to our employees here at the City of Kirkland, there's a lot of ways that they can stay healthy through activities. We do have an on-site health room, fitness facility that employees can go to, locker rooms where they can change with showers after they use it. Being in the beautiful city of Kirkland here, there's lots of great parks nearby, walking distance. We've got groups of employees that do ultimate frisbee, play tennis. I think some of the biggest challenges that we have faced in implementing our new initiatives have been a lot of change all at once. Change is hard. So you've heard of employers implementing a high deductible health plan, and that's all they did for the year. We decided to open a clinic, change to a high deductible health plan, offer a concierge referral service, all at the same time, introduce a VIBA, employee contributions. We did it all at once.
So once we got the new plan rolled out, it was there was more communication that needed to happen. So we were constantly setting up round tables, brown bags. We constantly emailing all the employees, and a big thing was just making sure everyone knew where they could go with questions.
Getting alignment at the highest level of governments is absolutely critical. So those kind of three groups coming together, I think, was a core part of this. Our Alliant team, our consultants were wonderful. We met all the time. It became like a think tank.
If you're going to take a leap of faith, go for it, because you're going to see the biggest rewards.
So it really was trying to take the best practices and best ideas, find out why they weren't successful everywhere, and then create a new strategy to shore them up. And what we didn't know when we started was, would it end up being a nice closed loop where it all worked together? And we think it has. We think that it ended up being a really comprehensive and holistic approach that hangs together, and we think will make employees healthier.